Today we're talking home upgrades, home purchases, smart appliances, smart items in your home, and if they are worth the splurge or not. I have a pretty smart home and we can control almost all of our home by our smartphones, and we can control them from the couch or even all over the world. We can do it right from our phone. And some of these purchases are super helpful and totally worth the investment, and some of them were a total waste of money. I'll be honest, when we started doing these home upgrades, it was in the process of buying a home, and we were already spending so much money on the home, on the down payment, and make sure that we kept a lot of money in savings for our home emergency fund, and we were dropping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these home upgrades. And I was like, babe, what are you doing? Why do we need to spend that amount of money on that? Is it really worth it? Those are just light bulbs. Are they worth it? And there was some friction in the beginning. There was some friction with some of these purchases. And in the end, I'm going to share if they were worth it, if they were not worth it. So the first one is our Ecobee, and our Ecobee is pretty much the same thing as a Nest. It is our digital thermostat that we can control from our phones. We can control them from anywhere. And yes, I think this was totally worth a splurge. We spent $249 on this, and all of the items I talk about in this will be linked down below, all the Amazon links, and I do receive a little bit of a kickback. I think I received like 1 to 2% on these items. So if you do want to support the channel, then use my Amazon affiliate link. Even if you're not purchasing what I'm talking about, you still make a purchase, then I will receive a kickback. So great way to support the channel without costing you anything. So our Ecobee, it costs $249. Now, I love that we are able to control our thermostat from anywhere, and it also has controls where when we leave the house it goes to a certain temperature, when we come home it goes to a certain temperature, at a certain time of night it goes to a certain temperature. And that is really helpful because we have been guilty of leaving the house and then coming home to a house that has been AC'd all day long, and our electric bill skyrockets. We live in South Florida and it is hot here. It is hot. I think today alone it's 80 degrees and it's hot pretty much all year round. We have like 5 days that the AC is not running. And so there were times where we forgot to turn down the thermostat, and we saw it in our electric bill from 1 day of air conditioning. So having this ability that we can do this. And another really cool thing is when we go on a trip, a lot of times we will turn up the air conditioning, obviously when we're on a trip, when we're gone for several days. And what I'll do is when we're leaving and coming back home, or when we're just landing at the airport, I'll go and I'll turn down the AC. So then by the time that we get home, it's not so hot, the house isn't stuffy, and it's able to cool down a little bit. My in-laws have a lake house that's about 2 hours away. So my process is we have the air conditioning go up when we're gone, and then on our way home, when we leave their house, we move it down a couple degrees so that when we get home, it's nice and cool, and we can even turn on the ceiling fans from it, and we're able to control everything right from our phone. So I personally think the Ecobee is totally worth it. Also, if you're sitting in bed and you're cold, you can turn up the air a little bit, or if you're feeling hot, you can turn it down, and you can control it all from your phone. Now, the bad thing is if your spouse also has it on their phone, then you can kind of battle it out. And there has been times where my husband is hot in bed, I'm cold in bed, so I'll turn it up a couple degrees, and the next thing I know, I hear it kick on, and I look in the app. Yeah, he turned it back down. So there can be a little battling it out on your phones with your spouse or whoever has access, but totally worth the $250 investment. Next is the smart lock and keypad. This was something that I was honestly hesitant about because I didn't want someone just to be able to break into our house by, hacking the system. And I really, really, really wanted to have a physical keyhole. A lot of the systems that we saw that were the digital keypads, they didn't have a keyhole. And I said, okay, I love technology. I love that, we're able to do it from our phones, but what if the battery dies? What if we're in a hurricane? What happens if we have no battery, no backup battery, we're out of power, there's no backup, and we cannot get into our house? I want a way that we have a physical key to still get into our house. So what we did is the smart lock and the keypad. Now, the smart lock was $149, and then the keypad was about $79. and we use them together jointly, and they're amazing. It's awesome. I am someone that goes on a lot of walks, and I will just take my phone and my water bottle. I don't have to bring keys. I don't have to do anything, and I can just lock it right from the keypad, and I can say, hey, we're going out or whatever. I don't have to bring keys, and it's so easy. It's so amazing. Another great thing is you can give someone a code. So you can say, hey, you're going to be watching the cats. You're going to be taking care of the house, or can you drop this off? Hey, here's a code, and they can have their own code. You don't have to worry about giving someone keys and saying, hey, here's a key to my house. No one has a key to our house. There's a couple of people that have codes to our house, but no one has a key to our house except for my husband and I. And we love that. We love that we can just give someone temporary access or lifetime access to our house. And even cooler part is you can let someone in without even giving them a key code. If I can say, hey, or they call me and say, hey, I'm at your front door, I can go in my phone and go on the app and unlock the door and lock it right from my phone. And it's so secure that I know when they're there, I can see when they're leaving, and I know exact times that it happened. There's also a log within the August app that it tells you, hey, this is when the front door is open. This is when the front door is closed. This is when it was unlocked by this person. It was locked by this person, and you can keep track of everything. Another awesome thing about this keypad in this system is you have the peace of mind of, did I lock the front door? Oh crap. I am on a plane, or I am in an airport. I am about to go on vacation. Did I lock the front door? I was so busy with my bags. I was so busy with everything. Did I lock the door? You can go into the app and see, okay, this is red. My front door is locked. Whew, I have the peace of mind. I actually just used this the other day. I went to the grocery store, and I don't know why, but I got halfway down my road and I was like, did I lock the front door? I don't remember if I locked the front door. So I just pulled over to the side and looked at the app. Sure enough, I locked it. But just having the peace of mind of, okay, we can check this from anywhere. We can say, is it locked? Is it not locked? And it just gives you so much peace of mind. So was it worth the investment? Absolutely. And I feel secure. I feel safe with it. I absolutely love having our smart lock. A lot of people come and be like, how do I work this thing? Because it has a big silver knob over it. But I absolutely love it. Next is our Roomba. We have a beautiful little zooming robot vacuum that we have, and my husband has named it Greg. He has a thing with naming objects. We have several lights in our house that are named certain things, and he just loves naming objects. So we have Greg, who is our Roomba vacuum. He was $250, and was he worth it? No. Honestly, he wasn't. We were so excited to get this Roomba. They are so hot. Everyone loves them. People talk so highly about them. We have cats, and, with the cat fur, with the litter, and, we live in Florida. There's dirt, there's dust, all that stuff. I wanted something that I could just put on and absolutely do all the work for me, do the majority of the work for me, and not have to worry about vacuuming. Honestly, we never use it. We should probably just unplug it, and because it's honestly such a waste. We don't like it. We don't use it. And it's so loud. That's honestly probably the biggest reason why we don't use it, is because it is so loud. Now, I don't know if other models are quieter or different brands or whatever it may be, but ours is so loud. There's times where it's running and I'm just like, I gotta stop it. Like, it's driving me insane. The noise, the level, the cats are scared. You gotta pull up all the cords, gotta pull up everything, and it's just, I hate it. So was the Roomba worth it? To us, no, this was a fail. The next smart home purchase that we made was light bulbs. Now, we replaced a lot of light bulbs in our house, and I'm thinking of all the different rooms that they're in, and we spent minimum $200, probably. We did it over time, so it's hard to say how much we really spent, but initial investment is about $200 to get your starter kit, and then you can go from there and add more lights as you go. So we love these light bulbs. This is one, I think this is the one that kind of caused a little bit of rift with my husband, and I wouldn't call it a fight, but just why are we spending this money? Why do we need to spend so much money on light bulbs? We just spent so much money on this house and this down payment, all of this stuff, and why do we need to spend all this money on these light bulbs that we can control from our phone? I can get up and walk and shut them off with the light switch. Why do I need to do it on my phone? And honestly, over time, they started to grow on me, and now I love them. Now I use them all the time. We are able to control our light bulbs right from our phone. We're able to control the temperature, control how strong they are, and it's really, really helpful. I love it. We also have some that are set on a timer. So like our outdoor light is set on a timer that every day at 5 o'clock it goes on, and then every morning at like 6:30 it goes off, because we do have a lot of kids in our neighborhood, a lot of teenagers that check doors every single night. Every single night they're checking car doors to make sure that they are locked and robbing them if they are not. So having the outdoor lights, it really does make me feel a little bit safer that they're able to say, hey, you know, these people are home, and even if we're not home, we still have them go on. We also have some fun blue LED lights behind our TV and up in our cabinets and different things like that, just to, my husband's a lighting designer, so he likes lights, and people honestly love them. So we had them set on a timer, and we're able to control them right from our phone, which is awesome. There have been times where I have been on a Zoom call or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh, it's getting dark in here. Let me turn up the light right from my phone and not have to get up, not have to disturb the meeting or whatever it is. So they're super convenient. Now, if I was doing all of these home upgrades and I had to list them in order of priority, I would probably put these a little bit further down in the bottom, but I really am thankful that we have them years later. We love them. Like I said, they are an investment up front, about $200. We use Philips Hue. I have them linked down below, but you can kind of grow over the years and grow your collection as you go, and then they can kind of get more affordable, and you barely have to replace them. The LED lights last forever. They're less energy, so you are saving on your electric bill, so it's initial investment up front, but long term, you're gonna be saving money on your electric bill, so we love them. Now, I will say with all of these, you can work them through your Alexa, but we have found that it's better with our Apple TV. So we have Apple TV in our bedroom and our living room, and that is connected to all of our smart devices, and that we can use the Home app, and that's how we're able to control them all over the world. I'm not positive, but I believe if you do them through the Alexa app, you can't control them unless you're on your Wi-Fi. But if you are using it with the Apple TV, you can control it anywhere. So that's a perk. The Apple TV is about $199. I'll have it linked down below, but totally worth the investment. And then we use it for our TV as well, so we can get all the apps and everything there. Next is our Ring doorbell, and we also have outside floodlights in front of our garage door for our driveway, and then also in our back patio as well. The doorbell one was $119, and then the floodlights were additional costs as well. But we love the Ring. We love being able to see when there's motion. We love that we have that added security, and we're able to hear what people are saying if they're at our door. We can say, hey, we don't want any solicitation, or we have this one guy that wants to trim our trees, and he comes at least once a month and knocks on my door, and I know the van he drives, I know what he looks like, all of that, and honestly, I get the notification that someone's on our front door, I pull it up on my phone, and I just ignore it, because we've told him so many times we're not interested. But having the Ring, it really helps. And then also with the floodlights, it really helps to say, hey, you're on camera, and I think that it also helps to deter those kids from breaking into our cars, bringing into your house. You do have everything on video. Another cool thing about the Ring is the community in the Ring is people can post their videos and say, hey, do you recognize this person? Or, hey, I have a lost dog. Or, hey, this happened in my house. Beware. And you're able to have conversations. You're able to post about it. Similar to the Nextdoor app, but to me, the Nextdoor app, I ended up deleting it because it was just too spammy, too obnoxious, whereas the Ring is more dedicated users, and people are more genuine about what they post, and it's more serious threats, or you can really get better information with it and have that community on your Ring with your neighborhood. I think it's a 3-mile radius, and you can really see what's going on and see if you need to be concerned about anything or on the lookout for anything. So Ring to me is totally worth the investment. I love it, and honestly, it was worth it. So these are my splurges for the house and the fails for the house. Let me know, do you have any splurges that you've had that you absolutely love, or ones that were just a total waste of money? Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to know how we were able to afford some of these and the multiple streams of income that we have, that we bring in multiple revenue streams, and how important it is to not rely on just your day job, check out this video here. And if you want to know a beginner's guide to dividend investing, if you're just trying to get your feet wet with dividend investing, what it all is, how it works, check out this video here.